Oh, good. You want to do it?
Be the first talker.
Okay. So the idea of our course is an introduction to technology in the communities, and we're seeing this as a 2-week MOOC-based course, where it's really the single goal is to get people interested, excited, and engaged in the idea of understanding how technology is used in communities in general. And so this is the first course in a series about technology in situ, and we have other modules that we've thought of next that involve assessing the technologies, adapting technologies, but also communicating with these technologies and things like that. But we're envisioning a set of the teaching team looking at both technology professors, also the social scientist side of this, and also community leaders as we look through it. And to start out this 2-week MOOC kind of course, we were looking at ways of publicizing this in a very wide range of students. So looking at guest lecturing in certain classes, like in the psychology department to get new students kind of in. Also running like a half-day seminar to attract all disciplines and to appeal to a lot of students. We just want people who are interested in the topic because we're hoping that we can build on that interest to really get them engaged later on. And we're seeing this as really focusing on the front end of this kind of design process, and where really at the end, if you aren't so scared to fail and you understand how this might work, then we've succeeded in that goal. And really what we're focusing on is using in this 2 weeks is looking at a case study of a technology being used in a community and kind of building a picture around that of how it's been used, why it's been used, what's successful, what's failed, and really understanding that with the idea that at the end the student would at least could look more critically at maybe the technology that's being used in their community or in other places and being able to start that assessment process. So yep, and then we're looking for the applications. We're looking at communities that are just based in the East Africa RI Labs area.
Perfect name. That's a very good course. I have a name for you, TQ. Total Transformation Through Technology.
We chose a rather non-RAND topic, building responsible citizens through health. This is a sexual reproductive health course for young adolescents, which is a real development problem in Uganda. So the idea is you would increase participants' understanding of sexual reproductive health, but not just understanding, which we see a lot, but the behaviors for protective, responsible health. We thought about having about 20 people in the class. 10 of them would be boys and girls from the ages of 15 to 19, and 10 of them would be community leaders, youth leaders, CDOs, village health teams. So the idea of not students, but really learners. It's not a student profile, but a learner profile. And the same people could be teaching some of the more progressive community leaders, DHOs, et cetera, who are role models in that community, could be teaching this team. So it has to be district focused and it has to be localized. We would be looking at gender norms and roles in Ugandan life and how to change those on its head a little bit, getting boys to become more responsible, tackling issues like teenage pregnancy, and trying to get into some very difficult social development issues in Uganda. We would be using church and mosques would help nominate who would come to this. Those who have suffered could be eligible to come to this kind of course and suffered defilement and difficult issues in their communities. The values would be becoming sexually more responsive, civic responsibility, that it's good civic actions.
You mean responsible, not responsive, right?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. And what am I missing, guys?
Oh, you're missing. We still have more time.
Huh? See, I was done.
You are done.
Pretty much done. So sharing experiences and best practice. There would be new stakeholder relationships. Up here, we would be working on the design stuff, but other things, negotiation and life skills would be coming up. Confidence and self-esteem. So a lot of it would be very behavioral and creating conversation. This was interesting because capabilities and revenue sharing, you need a space to continue to talk about that. So we wanted to have spaces for that.
Actually, I have a suggestion. We actually have a whole module in that. And I would say that you can't frame problems without need finding. So there is a certain amount of ethnography, even among each other, that absolutely needs to be written. Okay, so there's a tick that needs to go up on the need finding.